to avoid and what you can substitute with. So thank you all for joining always. I appreciate everyone taking some time to join me to talk about a nutrition topic. So let's get started. And again, just a quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed to our Hoag Health channel, hit the subscription button below, and that way you'll always get notifications when we're coming on live here, and you won't miss a nutrition topic, an exercise class, or a food cooking demonstration, which I do every Friday. So today we're talking about processed foods. Ideally, we would be shopping at farmers markets, shopping our fresh local foods and making everything from scratch. But in reality, we live far from our food source, and we're buying foods that stay on the shelves for a month or so or longer. We barely have time to sit down and enjoy our meals, much less prepare them, right? So we're going to be talking about processed foods. They are very convenient, and so not all of them are bad for us. For example, frozen vegetables, frozen fruits, pre-chopped veggies, salads from a bag, canned fruit in their own juice. So not all processed foods are bad for us. We use them because they are highly convenient and make life easier, and at the same time can give us some nutrition. But convenience may also mean that there's lots of hidden sodium, salt, hidden fats, and sugars. So I'm going to talk about this today, and there's a wide range of processed foods, from our cereals, cheese, milk, to breads, cookies, potato chips, lots of processed foods. Lots of techniques used for processing our foods, from freezing them to canning them, drying, frying, bake, pasteurizing. So there's different levels of processing. So there's like minimally chopped vegetables to the highly processed frozen pizzas with extra sugar and salt and oils and calories. So when you're purchasing foods, you want to look out for certain words like dextrose and maltose, trans fat, hydrogenated oils. These will all provide extra sodium and sugars and calories and fats. So you want to make sure you are reading your ingredient, your nutritional fact on every package, and looking at those words. And if you can't pronounce them, find out what they are, because they're most likely not a food, right? So look at that ingredient list, shorter the better, and the words that you can recognize versus words that you can't recognize. We want to know what's in our food, right? So let's start out with a very popular, highly processed food is our bacon. So we know it's very high in sodium, which can lead to high blood pressure. So, lots of saturated fat in our bacon, which can lead to obesity and heart disease. So also the preservatives used in bacon are linked to cancers as well. Other heart health conditions can be like headaches. So there's a lot of things that we may feel when we eat highly processed foods because of, let's say, just the preservatives in them. So there's a lot of processing going on in these processed meats, from your bacon to your hot dogs. So lots of nitrates. You may have seen that word, nitrates, and that's also classified as a carcinogen. So we want to avoid processed meats as much as possible. You can use, instead of bacon, let's say for a BLT, you can use your avocado, which is going to be a great spread. It's going to have that fat factor, but it's a heart-healthy fat. Lots of fiber as well, so very nutritious. You can use avocado instead of bacon. Number 2 is granola bars. So granola bars are marketed as such a healthy food. Another word for granola bar is also like a cereal bar. And these are just bars that leave you hungry after having them. And if you look at the ingredients, you'll see that they are highly just filled with sugar. And that's why you just feel so hungry after eating one. So if you're looking for a quick convenient bar, there's lots of healthier bars out there that may also have some protein in them as well. Like for instance, the Kind bar is very high in nuts and less sugar than a granola bar. So there are some substitutions you can make if you're looking for a quick bar like that. So you want to look at the ingredient, make sure there's some protein in there, lower in sugar, so make sure you're reading that ingredient list. The next one is flavored nuts. Gosh, they have a whole shelf of their own in the grocery store, flavored nuts. So when nuts are flavored and processed like that, they add lots of sugar and salt. So extra calories on top of just the calories from our healthy nuts. So these make them not as healthy, and the calories can add up when you're eating your nuts. So I encourage you to buy just nuts, and you can then roast them on your own if you like. And always watch out for your portion sizes for nuts. For example, they have, let's say, the 1 ounce of a sugar-coated cashew can have 11 grams of sugar. So again, just eat your plain nuts and you will reduce the amount of salt and sugar and processed oils that they use to roast the nuts. But nuts make a great heart-healthy snack, so just encourage you to buy plain nuts. The next one is microwave bag popcorn. So everybody wants a great crunchy snack, and there's nothing wrong with buying popcorn, but it is the popcorn in the bag. The bag does have chemicals that are been linked to some health problems. So if you are a popcorn lover, what you can do is just make your own. You can put organic kernels in a pan, put it on the stove, put foil paper over it. You don't even need oil, and it will pop. Another way of making popcorn is in the microwave. You put your kernels in a brown lunch bag, fold it up, and put it in the microwave. Depending on microwave, it's usually about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you get the popcorn without all the added preservatives and salt, added calories, and a lot of those popcorns have the controversial palm oil. So instead, make your own, and you can enjoy a healthy snack. The next one is dried fruit. Because it has fruit in the name, we always think it's really healthy, but a lot of the dried fruit has a lot of sugar. Yeah, it's a better thing to grab instead of Skittles, but because you are getting the fiber, the vitamins and minerals, but it is very high in calories because the water has been removed. So it's very high calorie and high sugar for the amount that you get. And also this time of the year, there's a lot of candied fruit. So those have added sugars or syrups added. So I highly recommend avoiding those. And what you can use instead is add your frozen fruits to your cereals, to your smoothies, using fresh fruit on your salads, or having it as a snack instead of grabbing dried fruit. The next one I wanted to talk about was fruit snacks. This is one of those highly marketed food too for children. It may sound healthy, buying these little fruit snacks, but usually there's no fruit component at all in these fruit snacks. They're just very high in sugar, syrups again, and cane sugars. They are also very sticky, so not good for our teeth health. So instead, give your children real fruit, whole fruit, or frozen fruit, and then they can reap the benefits of high fiber. They're very filling, lots of vitamins and minerals. So again, fruit snacks versus whole fruit. Always go for the whole fruit. The next one is margarine. Margarine was once considered like the alternative to butter, but a lot of our margarines are made with a high trans fat content, and it's the unhealthiest fat. The trans fat does increase our bad cholesterol, our LDLs. So Instead of using margarine, let's say you are used to putting it on toast, you can use avocado. So get your heart healthy fat from your avocado, high fiber, and use it as a spread. If you are baking with margarine, you can also substitute yogurts and that milk. So there's ways to get around margarine in your baking. So that will help reduce your trans fat, which is not good for our cardiovascular health and our cholesterol levels. So instead of margarine, use your heart healthy fats, avocado. Avocado is like one of the best foods you should be eating every day to get those heart healthy fats. So use it instead of your margarine. The next one is ketchup. Okay, did you ever think that your ketchup has so much sugar? So for example, the small packets of ketchup have 2 grams of sugar. And if you think back to when you eat those little packets, how many packets you're eating. So fortunately now, there are healthier ketchups out in the market. You want to read your ingredient list. A lot of ketchups now are made from whole ingredients versus sugar syrups, cane syrups, corn syrup. You'll read all kinds of sugars on those labels. So always read the food label of your ketchup and see what you are buying, and look out for a healthier option on that shelf. They are out there. Lots of companies are coming out with healthy ketchups now. So you'll decrease the amount of sugar and calories in your meal if you swap out the ketchup, especially if you use it quite often. And instead of ketchup, you can also make your own with vinegar and some tomato paste. So if you want to make your own, you can do that as well. The next one I want to talk about is the frozen meals. So lots of us are using frozen meals for convenience. When maybe we've run out of our meal prep food, we're using it for a quick lunch. And you know, frozen meals are known to be high in calories, high in saturated fat, high in sugar, high in sodium. All these can lead to high blood pressure, high cholesterol levels, may also lead to weight gain. So if we're not reading our food labels on our frozen foods, we might be getting extra calories without knowing it. So fortunately, again, there are healthier frozen meals out there, and you want to look out for them and look at that ingredient list again. So you want to keep your sodium on those meals. Some you can find around 500 milligrams, and depending on your own health, you can keep your sodium around 2,000 milligrams a day, 2,300 milligrams, but everyone has different needs. But look out for that sodium on your frozen foods and what you're getting in your frozen meals. So some have no vegetables, some have a little bit of vegetables, so you definitely want to read your ingredient list and pick the healthier option, lower in sodium and lower in sugar. So you want to look out for those on your frozen packages. Another food that's really popular is Top Ramen. It's such a small package and yet so unhealthy. So the Top Ramen is used by a lot of college students, kids, quick meal, they can make it themselves, but they are just filled with no nutrition at all, lots of chemicals, high sodium levels, a lot of MSG. So instead of Top Ramen, you can use healthier pastas. There's lots of pastas on our shelf now made from beans. There's from chickpeas, the black beans, the soybeans, edamame pasta. You can also use zoodles, so making noodles out of our vegetables. You can do that as well if you're a noodle lover. You can use spaghetti squash as another option for noodles, and so you're going to save yourself lots of calories and get a lot more nutrition choosing the healthier options. So we'll get a lot more vitamins and minerals and fiber, and if you're watching your calorie count, they're going to be lower in calories, less sodium obviously, and less processed, right? Less preservatives, less chemicals that are linked to And the most important thing is just to read your food labels, look at that ingredient list, know what you are eating, and so you can make a better, more of an educated selection when you go grocery shopping. And just remember, some convenience foods are really just, they have a lot of nutrition and we can use them in our healthy diet. It's just there's such a wide range of processing, so less processed the better. And some healthy options that are processed, for example, are your canned beans. So if you're buying beans, just look for your low sodium organic beans. If you're gonna buy fruits and vegetables that are not fresh, you can buy them frozen. You can buy them canned fruit, packed in their own juice. There's canned tuna and canned salmon, packed in water, that are healthy protein options for you. So again, use your convenience foods in moderation, like everything, and read your food label so you know exactly what you are consuming and can eat healthier options. So there's always a good substitution for convenience foods, and today we just talked about a few. So I hope you take it and apply it to your own diet so you can make healthy food choices for you and your family. And if you have any questions about anything that I talked about today, put your comment below and we'll get back to you. And I want to thank you all for joining, and I will be back on Friday. It's actually an awesome, delicious, quick, simple recipe, and it's a dessert this Friday. So it's actually a good substitution for granola bars. So if you like that type of stuff, tune in on Friday at 2 o'clock and we'll be making something together. Thank you and have a great day.